Well, it's hard to believe that we're already in this time, but we are, and it's preseason time. It's the last promo of FC25. We got a bunch of leaks for it today, a big SBC leak as well. We got some new season players it looks like to talk about too, and if you guys don't know, the new season comes out tomorrow. We'll upload post the new season coming out. Just a quick reminder there if you're new around here. And also a big thing too is this SBC leak is not a 99. Guys, we still do not have a 99 SBC. Not even a preseason transfer card is going to be a 99 apparently. So kind of leads back to what we talked about yesterday, right? Are we seeing kind of a slow phase? Not phase out, that's a wrong word. A plan from EA to slowly make SBCs slightly worse and not the pinnacle of stuff like the season pass might be. We'll talk more about that. We got players to talk about in the season pass, of course. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to MMOXP.com. There will be a link in the description down below. They are the cheapest and the safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for an 8% discount. Some other random stuff to talk about. I think a new Evo leak that maybe even once again points towards this idea, and random stuff as always. Thank you guys for being here, by the way. If you guys liked the video, I would never know how to repay you. And let's just get started with the first thing I wanted to talk about here, and that is that the last EA interview they did when it was FUT Economist and the other guy, I'm sorry I don't know his name, I should know his name. It's FUT Economist and then the other like head guy when it comes to FUT. In that interview they did, they once again brought up exchanges to them, and FUT Economist's answer was pretty much even more on the side of, yeah, don't expect them next year, was kind of what he was saying. Basically, it's a backup plan if things go wrong. It's kind of what he was trying to say in a sense. I could put the clip in, and I'm kind of paraphrasing here, so I don't want to misquote him, but basically what it made it seem like was that we want the game to be not as bloated as it is now, where there's so much fodder to get, and everybody has so much full SBC storage, and in that way, you can't release crazy stuff because everyone has so much fodder. This might tie into the thing we talked about yesterday with player SBCs. Maybe next year this isn't the case, right? But they pretty much laid it out there that they would rather not have exchanges in the game because that means to them they've reached a point where there's like nothing else to do. And the thing with that is that I see what they're trying to say there, and obviously let me know what you guys think too. I see what they're trying to do there. I just worry that there's always a point you'll reach where you will reach a limit on things to do. If you're a hardcore player, I know this affects a small minority this actually affects, where you run out of things to do, right? It's not very often, but there will always be a certain group of players that will reach that point. There's not really a whole lot to do, and an exchange just helps with that. So unfortunately, I think next year you're probably less likely to even see it than you were this year when it comes to exchanges. That was one thing we kind of didn't talk about in that day's video when we talked about their interview, so just keep that in mind. But okay, let's start off with the leaks and the news. So the first transfer card that we got leaked from Donk here was Luka Modric, right? And seeing Modric with an AC Milan badge is just wrong. I don't know why. I don't know what to make of that. But there were some interesting pieces to this. So first of all, there's a futties card design here. Does that mean there'll be futties this year, or does that mean they will be their old kind of regular design that we see where it's different than the futties cards? I guess, you know, we don't know that. Just thought it was interesting that we see these guys here with the futties design, and also no official stats on Modric, and also doesn't say SBC or objective player. I'm going to assume all these cards will be either in the season pass or they will be SBCs. Maybe it goes without saying, but it is surprising to see this here, and it's not just Modric either. So let's go to the next one, and it is Florian Wirtz, who also, they do say SBC for him, so that's kind of interesting that they do highlight it for somebody and then not for the others that we'll talk about. Don't really know what to make of that. We'll probably see more information on this later. I looked at ACs and Donks like Twitter replies, and they didn't say anything about anything, so I'm gonna assume there'll be SBCs or objectives for all of them. But the official stats here, we got low driven, tiki-taka, pinged, technical, and incisive pass, like a ridiculous card. And this begs the question once again, you know, I know he's not 99, but he's basically 99, so who really cares? But he's not 99. So do you think we're reading too much into this right now? Because I know that yesterday, I think most of you said, like, it seems to make sense and we're not reading too much into it. But seeing this now, even the preseason, the first SBC card is not a 99, but the card itself still looks amazing. We can't take that away from it. It's going to be an insane card, probably pretty damn expensive, but it's going to be a crazy card. He's the only one that we have official stats for, though, so we'll go down to these next ones here. And next up is Marcus Rashford, Barcelona. Once again, there's no SBC or objective thing here, no official stats at all. I'm going to take a guess and assume he'll be in the new season that we'll see tomorrow. Rashford's the third one, and then the fourth one down here, we've got ourselves, well, there's Rashford again. again. Last one down here is Napoli Kevin De Bruyne, which also just doesn't look very right. No official stats yet either. Same thing, obviously. Don't really know what to make of that. It would be pretty hilarious if these ended up being like kind of a team 6 type of thing, where for the preseason promo we get like a team now in packs instead of SBCs, which maybe actually that might be more fun to have more new cards to try and pack, even though SBCs would be, well, a lot easier to get, cheaper. I don't know. I'd probably prefer SBCs myself, definitely, actually, now I think about it. But what would you guys prefer? But De Bruyne at Napoli just doesn't, I don't know. That one looks more right to me than Modric does, but they both don't look very right. And FUT25 News does say here that new transfers will only be SBCs or objectives. I'm still waiting on that because we just talked about, like, why would they not show that? I'm not really sure. Maybe it's just a given, I guess. I'd still lean towards that way. But this transfer window, like, a lot of great cards. Pogba, Reinders, Diaz, Gyökeres, Cunha, Trent. Like, there's a lot of fun cards we could get here. And I think there'll be also more than 200 plus best 7 packs. I think it'll be more like 300 if I had to guess. And back to last year, the first transfer SBC that we got was 99 rated Alvarez, right? So 99 Pele, 99 Alvarez, 99 Delict, 99 Hansen all last year. So we'll see what happens, but I don't know. There were less 99s in the game last year than there are this year, and we got a 99 transfer SBC in the first week of preseason. And Alvarez might have even been the first day. I want to say, if I remember correctly, that might have been even the first day. Okay, next is an evolution leak, and I don't know what we're doing here. Maybe this is me or us looking at things too much in August, but why are we flip-flopping from 96 to 95? I don't understand this. A new max 95 Evo coming to Ultimate Team soon. Bruiser and Intercept. Good boost, apparently. Not great boost, because FUT Police Leaks would tell you if it was great boost. So he says good boosts. So I think he means like maxing out 93 pace, 95 passing, 97 defending. All right. Yeah, I don't know what we're really doing with this stuff. I mean, we did max 96 defender evo already, right? Did we not? Is there like an actual reason for this? Like, what would be the reason be? There's stat caps as is. The overall ratings for evos is perplexing to me because you have stat caps. Like, who cares what evo you use on a card? Because they literally cannot go over certain stats. If I want to use a 90 rated player in any evolution that gives like a +2 in passing and that's it, I should be able to. Is that crazy to say that? The overall rating requirements in evolutions, I don't really understand when you have the stat caps like we do have now. You know, we didn't have the stat caps last year, so that made sense. Now we have stat caps. It doesn't make any sense to me, especially flip-flopping between the two ratings, you know. But anyway, there applies to pretty much every 95 rated card fitting in. Probably gonna be a max 10 playstyle requirement again, and 4 playstyle pluses. Kind of seems what these evos are right now, but I think that's that. And there was this news from FUT Camp here, who's been pretty right about almost everything. He says EA think about a range of games between 5 and 10 for the challengers mode. I think we had our FUT economist interview. He said like 10 to 15, I want to say. This now's 5 to 10. So obviously the challengers mode, if it's 5 games, the rewards are not probably going to be that great and probably not worth tanking your division for. So just keep that in mind here, that I'm pretty sure that if they're debating that's going to be between 5 and 10, I mean, probably not going to be great. They said they'd be okay, is what they said. But in EA's perspective, what do okay rewards mean? That might mean complete bullshit for like the most of us, but for them, it's like, oh, that's actually pretty okay. And the final adjustment is to be determined on these still. So it could be more like 10. Wanted to throw that out there quickly also. And last thing here, a little funny snippet from EA. Clearly they did some testing and these packs were too good, because the old one we talked about yesterday, or was it yesterday? I think, yeah, we had a 5x96 plus futties pack, and they've now gone back on that to just a regular 5 futties players, and back on the 4x96 as well to the 4 futties players. So we are going to get worse rewards on whatever these were. They must have been either champs rewards, rivals rewards, squad battles. Probably not squad battles actually, but something like this. Maybe even like a season pass reward. They must have done some testing and said, wow, those are way too good, and then made it back to no minimum rating, unfortunately for us. And okay, let's read some of my 300 IQ comment section here. We got Piss Fat, who says, I wish there were more cosmetic evos, paid or free, doesn't bother me. Maybe unpopular opinion, but I cannot stand Futties pink cards. I'd be happy to use any of my leftover coins, making my card/team look good. And this is something that I'm a nerd for cosmetics, okay? I gotta admit, I love cosmetics. And this is something I'm surprised EA don't lean into a little bit more. I mean, obviously they have this year more than any other year, right? We get cosmetics pretty often. I'd say almost every promo there's a cosmetic choice, but they kind of just give you like one more choice. I think next year, if they make it so that you can have like any card design that any card has ever had before. Like for example, the icon, right? You can make him the icon design. You can make him the Evo design. You can make him the pink design if it's a futties Evo. You can make him a blue design if it's a Team of the Year Evo. You know, I think they're doing that next year, but that to me is a good step in the right direction. And I know some people just don't care about cosmetics and how their cards look. I personally do. I might be a complete nerd for that. And I'm understanding that it pertains to nothing in actual gameplay. It's just how you like how your team looks, and I do care about that. Maybe it's because I'm gay, but it's something I think when EA starts to lean into it more, like they had those throwback Team of the Season designs this year, we're gonna see more of those, and they had to have sold really well, I think. So I think that we'll continue to see more of those. Also, I saw this comment down here from Connor Plays Games I wanted to address as well. Will the pre-order icon pick be the same for everyone? There is no pre-order icon pick. Like, that was a rumor that was on Twitter for like a day or so, and someone reported it and it wasn't true, and it just was never true. So you want real 100% reliable sources, you know where to go for that, okay? You know where to find it. Nobody talk about the time I said co-op career mode's coming. Pierce 11, EA are rats. They are definitely making things worse intentionally. With that being said, the 98 Maradona SBC is one of the best cards in the game for sure. I have 99 Pele, 99 CR7, 99 Hansen, 99 Dembele. I really think Maradona is better than any of them. Maybe not Dembouz, but def all the others. If any of you are out there still playing gameplay, do you agree with that? Like, what's the best card, I guess, to ask a general question, that you've used in futties? Like, is it a 99 card that you've packed? You know, what card is it for you? Mine's still my R9 card I've got as my Evo, which is just a ridiculous card. And a lot of the comments are like, here's two more. They want to kill SBCs. Let it go, guys. It's Jover, 10th Wonder. Evos have surpassed SBCs in my opinion. And the last sentence is that they really messed up this game. I do kind of wonder if some of these changes are mainly here because they know they really made the power curve in this game unsavable past a certain point, and they kind of have to be like, hey, we can't drop crazy SBCs in this game because everyone's gonna have them. We have an insane amount of fodder that everybody has all the time. Like, we can't do that. I mean, of course they could, because they could make a player 35 squads, but then they would receive backlash from that as well, because people would see a crazy 99 Pele be 42 squads and go, hey, you guys are fucking greedy. So I understand why they maybe would do that for just this year. There's a chance that it's just they know they messed up this game and they're kind of like leaving this game as like a one-off, and next year we'll go back to what we have been seeing. But there's a chance that SBCs are taking a backseat for evolutions and also for mainly the season pass, and even evolutions even taking a slight backseat for the season passes, because that's just guaranteed profit for them. And maybe, like I said, it's not the worst thing ever, because honestly they're pretty worth it right now. 500k coins for these season passes are not that bad value. But at the same time, you can't do the whole save up for a lot of time and acquire a lot of fodder to then go and get these guys for free. You have to pay for a certain thing. You have to pay to a certain degree, I should say, whether it be 20 bucks or 500,000 coins. But yeah, I'm really not sure. And of course, thank you guys for being here today. I appreciate you all so much. I love you all. So, peace.